Hi guys, welcome to the part two of Navigating Single Motherhood in Nigeria. I still have with me Tutu of Common Child. Let's pour the tea. Hi Sasha. Hi. I know the last time we were talking about how I was talking about how proud I am of you that you had the courage to move when you needed to, especially because we have a lot of parents that find that very hard to do, especially some mothers. They like to stay because of their children, or so they say. And I'm just proud of you that you were able to move when you did, because honestly, when you see the red flag, it's always good to go. The honest truth is that it will end. The question is it going to take collateral damages? And we all know that the kids end up being the
ones.
Exactly. The kids are always the collateral damages. That's why I said I was very proud of you that you were able to leave when you left. How that must have taken a lot of courage.
It took a lot, to be honest, because I was thinking about my child. How is he going to see me? Is he going to say that I'm wicked for leaving? You get? Is he going to say that his dad was a nice person and I was a bad one? You get? I had a lot of stuff in my head, a lot of thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I just had to tell myself now that, are you happy? And are you ready to be somewhere where you're not happy? This is going to be for a lifetime. This is not something that you can say it's just for a few days, very soon to come to an end. It's not coming to an end. You guys are going to be in it together. I know they say make it work, but girl, I could not even make it work. We were both not trying. We tried to make it work, it wasn't working, so I had to leave. You get? But then I just feel I'll be able to. My son, he will definitely grow up to a state where he will be able to understand it was a good thing and you left. It's not like the dad was the main person, but we're not just working.
It just wasn't working.
Yes,
and sometimes two good people can be in a relationship that doesn't work.
Yes,
right.
Yes. It's best that we are apart. I think it comes with too much. It comes like when we were saying something earlier. It comes with too much work having to be in a relationship with somebody. I think it's even better not to even put a tag to it. Just do your thing without having a tag on it. You get? At least you know that there's nothing holding you guys. The only thing holding you guys are your kids, and you guys are just doing anything to make it work, not because you both are partners.
I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest, because in my own case, basically, as someone who has lived with two divorced parents, I honestly wished they had separated earlier. For me, I was just a child, so I can't really say I knew exactly what was going on.
Happened?
And for some reason, these two people had to talk about it. And seeing as one person is in the grave, there's only one person to tell you the story, and that person will always tell you from their side. But from what I know of their separation is my mom wishes she left earlier because she saw the signs, but she was just so in love and so overwhelmed by this amazing guy that she met and everything. And
She left earlier before because she had just you, right? I had just you.
yeah, she had just me, but the premium she gave before just me was a lot. She and my dad got married. It took them 3 years to have me and all that, and she went through a lot from his mother, from his sister, from him. I don't really know the details, but I just know it was really bad. And she finally had me, and she felt like now that she has me, this whole thing would stop. Because maybe this whole issue was because I didn't have a kid. I know it was way back then where children were. And then she had me, and then I don't know. I think it just kept the whole custody battle. My mom really tried her best, but trying to have
John, you've done so
doing
well for yourself,
custody
Tasha.
battle. Thank you so much, my
You've done
love.
so well. You've
Doing
been through a lot, but yeah. See, that's why that's what feel like we need it.
I need it like crazy. I'm in my soft girl era. and
Coming out, please.
People tell me,
Never.
"Oh, Sarah,
I only
about
want
your
to be a hard
story."
girl when I'm making money. Making money, I'm using my brains to do that.
I only want to be a hard girl when I'm out bossing people around. I don't want to be a hard
You
girl
want to
in
be
my
a
house.
bully?
When you're in work, when you're in a position of power, you have to. They call it women being mean, but I don't think it's mean. You have to set boundaries, and you have to.
Yes,
tough.
you need to set
You have
boundaries.
to be seriously tough.
And this is
If
not.
not, they will take you for granted because they always assume that women are supposed to be soft and all that stuff.
And this is not you being a mean or disrespectful person.
No, this is just you being a leader.
Not even yes, a leader, but also knowing yourself. Know your self worth. You know what you worth. You can't just come and tell me shit and expect me to take anything. You don't expect to push me around because you feel you're the man. No.
Yes.
You treat me with respect. Carry me like I'm fragile.
That's what I feel.
You need to take care of me.
Working with men is another level of.
They want to feel like you're a lady. You're not supposed to talk.
They always want to put you in your place, and then you wonder what place is that?
First
they
of all,
always want to humble you. They always, like
wait, what place? Now let's even. This is a question for them in the comment section. Now they always want to put you in your place. What place do you think they always want to put us? Is it in the kitchen? Or is it at home? Or we are supposed to be quiet. We are supposed to be silent. We are not supposed to air our views when it comes to something. We are not supposed to be leaders. We don't deserve to be leaders. We don't deserve to rule them or lead them. Is that what they are talking about? Because I really like to know.
Department meeting one time. And normally all the HODs were there. I'm a HOD as well. Mm-hmm. Everybody's presenting their own departmental ish and all that. Usually there's coffee, there's tea, there's snacks. You go, you make tea for yourself and pick your snack of choice, and then you go back to your table and eat well. Tell me why these men were all just looking at me for me to stand up and mix tea for them.
Really? That's serious.
My dear, if I start telling my story in corporate Nigeria, this place will end. And I looked at him like, am I your wife? Are you at home? Is this how you behave at home? Is this what you do in your house? Because that's not what we do here. I was like, and then I take my tea and I'm going to my table and I'm like, I thought you were serving us tea. And I'm like, there's a lot of soft misogyny, or should I call it passive aggressions that you experience as women in the workplace.
This also has to do with This also has to do with how the environment you grew up in. When you grow up with parents that your parents are both in love, you see how your dad treats your mother. He treats her with respect. Though she still sees him has the crown on her head in that family. She still respects him, but you see the way your father respects your mother. There's a way you see when a man treats a woman with respect, you get? And you grew up in that environment. Sorry. And next thing, you will see yourself gravitating towards that same character, whereby you'll be able to treat ladies nicely. Even when you want to ask me to make tea for you when we are somewhere, at least you should talk to me politely. Hi, can I have a cup of tea? Because it's not like I owe it to you.
I'm not there to make tea for you. Are we playing? It's just like this. This Love is Blind. I don't really watch the show, but there was a lot of conversation around
on Netflix.
Yes, the last one. I think there was this guy. I can't remember his name. That was dating one other black girl, very amazing girl, and everyone could tell that the guy was a red flag because he had a lot of unhealed trauma. He had a lot of issues that he needed to fix. He had a lot of bad issues. And at the end of the day, she kept going with him, kept giving him chances. And he proposed to her and she agreed. I think on the show, you're meant to date on the show, propose. And then
I've not seen it.
I think one person or one couple gets to get married or something like that. I don't know how the show works. But anyway, he proposes to the girl. She accepts. They plan a wedding. The wedding day, he's at the altar. The girl walks to the altar. And then time for the priest to bless them. The guy says, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And then leaves her at the altar and then he goes. And then people kept, there's a lot to unpack, right? And then people kept looking at, and then we now look at his parents, and his dad treated his mom terribly.
So now he grew up with that mentality that this is how to treat
cheated on the mother a lot and all that stuff. One of the reasons why I do not ever support, recommend, agree, think that any woman should stay with a cheating man. The damage is not limited to you. Your kids are
now if it's now somebody that
and kids
now have
so
kids outside
observant.
The marriage.
They're so observant. Children see things that you don't even see. They comprehend things in ways that you've not even begun to comprehend those things. And then you're raising children that watch this man cheat on you. Have you met people that grew up in polygamous homes? Have they told you stories?
What they go through?
Do you understand? Like I always tell women, men are inherently selfish. A man will make a decision based off of how that impacts his life or how that betters his life. And I need women to stop being too sentimental and start also thinking in that line. There is a reason why
Keep
a
yourself
man
first.
will never, ever, ever, ever stay with a woman that cheats.
But funny thing, some of them do. But they will never come out to say they do because they don't want to feel like this one is a weak
I am
link.
of the school of thought that both women, both men, anybody that accepts a cheating partner, chances of the one they are doing to you being worse is second to none. I've seen a man that forgave his cheating, forgave her because what he's doing is worse. Another one I saw that forgave his cheating wife, forgave her because he already gave
But do
her
you think they are
HIV,
going to make it?
and he felt like, and
So that's the only way he can
agreed
justify.
because he was able to justify him giving her HIV.
No,
as
wait. He
your-
gave. He does not. Let her just use that one to make herself happy.
so that when she finds out that she has HIV, she's not going to come and confront him because she's been outside.
That's so sad. Why is he like that?
I had a neighbor that died from AIDS because the husband gave her HIV 10 years prior and never.
But how did she know?
And from what I've learned, when you have AIDS, because your immune systems are down, you tend to get a lot of sickness around you. Maybe she had malaria. By that time, it's not anything that medication could. Was nothing that medication could. Meanwhile,
you could not even just do one thing to save her life by telling her.
Any man that steps outside on you,
it's not even about giving me. It's not even about the sickness. It's about it, but it's not. Let's put that one.
That's
somewhere
one
else.
side.
You get.
It's just one
Let's
side.
talk
That's
about
like
the emotional damage it does. First of
mental damage, systemic damage,
Emotional,
financial
mental,
damage,
everything.
social damage. I can't preach this thing enough. I can't preach it. There was one lady that dropped a comment on a post I made about cheating and said something along the lines of she would rather cry in a Range Rover than cry in a keke. Be one thing that she said that as far as the man is taking care of her, she doesn't care what he does outside. But the problem is you think he's doing it outside. There was an actress that came out to talk about how her husband was abusing his 14-year-old in her house. And then, and I quote from what she said, she was like, oh, that she gave him chance to do while he used to come to his sister. Baby, it's the fact that you guys think it ends outside. A mad person is a mad person. If you're cheating, you're a mad person. And you cannot curtail a mad person to one environment. They will bring it inside the house.
You can't change anybody. If you feel you've done your best to say, okay, I can't do this anymore.
When you spot a red flag, please help me to leave. Honestly, help me to leave. Because honestly, I felt like if one of my parents had been old enough to leave, they should have left.
You wouldn't have
The
been
issue
caught up
wouldn't
in
have
the mess.
escalated. I wouldn't be facing kidnapping. Why are you people
Yes,
when I say kidnapping, it's not a joke. I honestly feel like parents should, and also if you're not, I know this is so hard, and I know this will be very hard for women because 9 months of nurturing a child and giving birth to a child. But I am always of the school of thought of if your heart can allow you, leave the child. Because children, that's what I'm saying, that it's not easy. Children will always find the parent that
yes, no, yes, true.
You that stayed.
But now, I think it's now comes to you as a child getting to the other side.
Have the emotional
I've been like that. I didn't grow up with my mom and dad together.
Where?
Yes, somehow. You get? So I didn't grow up with my mom. I didn't even know my age. It was when I met. I was done with
the season of me.
I was just about to. So, but then I didn't. I could have maybe she was around. You get? And at least when I was too small, I think I could have a little bit of some memories of her being around us. I don't really have so much. My brother has more of it, but I didn't have this anger. I was just pained that I was going through a particular stage in life that she was not there. And that's some things that I'm experiencing right. Some things I don't even know what a lady should do. When you get, I think that's from not having my mom.
Oh my God, I feel so seen. You see, this is why it's important for women to share stories.
Yes,
honestly, I feel so seen because I always felt like I was the only one. Because when I tell people that I raised myself,
yes, I raised myself. Yes, I raised myself. I learned from what other parents used to teach their children.
I'm telling you,
I learned from just telling myself.
I used to look at my friends with their faces jealous. So sad.
I used to miss when I see children bring me some
annoying times in primary. Yo, bro, are you trying to make me feel more sad? And then I have to start imagining or start creating different.
You just have to tell a lie. Just say a story.
Oh my God, I feel so seen right now.
I didn't even know my see. It was that bad. I knew they gave birth to me in August. but I didn't know the date. So I didn't know what year. It was when I started talking to my mom. That's when I tell her. It was even that bad that I didn't. Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
I feel so seen. Oh my god, the first day that I went, because my uncle's wife helped me go find my mom, and my kinsmen were against it. It was a whole issue. It was a whole thing. But I felt like I was old enough to find out
Yes.
who my mother actually was. Followed me, went to my mom's office. She used to work with the government at that time. Got to my mom's office and everything. As I just saw her, I just got so. You know how you were not. I was so pissed.
After you spoke with her,
like, guys, if I start telling all the things I've been through, we'll be here forever. I went through I didn't have a childhood. My parents, from the kidnapping to my dad dying when I was 8, to being pushed from one house to the other, like I was going to government school, being the best in my class, but still not having to progress because there's no money for university.
everything.
Everything
like,
just came up.
You know what I went through.
Okay, you're here. You have 5 kids. You're enjoying your life.
You moved on.
Do you know what I
But now
I've gone. My mom was trying to
Yes.
explain to my uncle's wife that I understand her upbringing and everything. She was also trying to say she tried her best. And it took me a while to understand that honestly, she tried her best. Do you know what it means with your little resources for you to go up against my dad? For my mom to go up against that for almost 3 years, with limited, God knows. Even now, as an adult, for me to understand what custody battle is like in this country, that women are barely favored. Well, that woman tried. She,
up till now, I'm still getting to know some things that my mom colors that. So it's so bad. Back to what we were saying earlier. Now, as parents, if you guys want to go your separate ways, it's best that you guys can see if you can come to a common ground to make it work. I'm not, I know it's sometimes it's very hard or it's inevitable to say that, oh, this it will work. Some parents, some guys or ladies are very hard to deal with. So you just take the children when they grow up, they'll look for the mother or they'll look for their father. You get, but if you can make it work, if you both can sit down to talk about it. You guys don't have to be friends, but you guys can respect each other and just try to see if you can make it work because of the children. Because at the end of the day, they are the collateral damage. Like what we are saying now, we are the one that
we
were
were the
receiving end,
collateral
though.
damage. Oh.
We are the one that received this thing right now. Sure, I'm the one saying that my mom, I don't know some of the stuff. I didn't know how to call this thing. My dad had already spent some time with my mom. He has enjoyed the time he could with my mom when it was still sweet. Your dad, the same thing. They enjoyed it together, and it got to a stage where they could not take it anymore. And now we are the ones that is reaping the fruit of whatever. You get. I just feel that if we can make it work, please let's try to make it work. Even if you guys are not friends, but you guys can just try to say, oh, the kids can see anybody at any time. Nobody should have access to their parents. Yes, somebody should have access to their parents. Yes, because it's really there's no how you want to say it. It's going to tell on the kids. Some people might be too stubborn to make it work, but if we can make it work, let's make it work for our kids.
What do you do when it's just not working? For example, maybe the dad is being a terrible dad, or the mom is being a terrible mom, or something is just not working. You guys are not able to properly co-parent, or maybe the dad is not showing up the way he should show up, or being there for the child, and that is emotionally affecting the child.
I'll let go. I'll let go, but I also make sure that I have things in place to show that I actually tried. All right, I will not just give up like that. I'll see if I can fight it just so my child can have that life. Because me that has experienced it, I know what it feels like to be in that situation. That night I just cry. You get, and I want to see my mommy. You get, when I was a child. There are times I didn't even know how to put on my bra. I didn't know how to fix a pad, a sanitary pad. I had these strangers. They were teaching me these things. Imagine, I don't want my kids to go through that again. You get, I will just see my son. As a matter of fact, my son was going to go. Sometimes he goes on holiday with, and he gives me enough time to do my baby girl lifestyle. You get, because I know now I don't have to be a mommy for 2 weeks or 1 month. You get. So if we can, and it did not just start like that though. We had our ups and downs, but we had to come to an agreement. But there are times it will not work. But just try your best
to see if you can make it work.
But when you see your best is not good enough, you can let go.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for that. I think the last thing I want to ask for round up is, what's the craziest stereotype you've heard about single moms?
Another man will not mind on your
Another-
child. Yes, that's what they used to say.
It's a child, literally. Where would that?
Say that because you'll be feeling like you will be feeling like your partner is doesn't like your child. Why would I feel like that? It's so very. It's going to be
If you
very
don't
clear
like
when
the
you
child,
like my
it will be
child
very
now.
obvious. If you like the child, it will be very obvious.
And like I said, when you know how to balance things, you will know this is time for my man
Mhm,
and this is time for my child. You can't expect me to now pick you over my child like that. You get it. It's the same way if I have a child for you, I might also want to pick my child over you. It's
And
now
that's the funniest thing. They set the standards to apply to them, no, to apply to you, right? For
Mhm.
example, now you're
but
having
to
issues that
favor
the
them.
attention will be on the child. But when I have a child for you, expect me to also put attention on the child.
Yes.
It's okay.
We have seen a lot and we are trying.
Honestly, and if you're a single mother out there, we just want to tell you that we see you and we know,
We see you, darling.
and the Lord is your muscle.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to be a single mother. Being a single mother in this country is harder. You have to deal with being a single mother and all these stereotypes.
You also need
that
to
they put on
work.
top of you. You also need to work.
Girl,
So-
don't you know sometimes when if I feel too overwhelmed, I'll just breathe. I'll say, please, I'm too overwhelmed. Please let me breathe. You get breathe
And
in.
kids don't care. Oh. Kids don't care what environment they come into. They don't care
No.
whether you have time, you have money.
My son, if I take him to the supermarket, he does not care. Oh. He will just say, "Mom, jump into the car." He will just train.
So
and I'm
much.
like, you are trained things. How do you expect me to pay? Do you know if I have the money?
You will pay.
If you are passing the supermarket, mommy, let's go to the beach. Don't you know it's money?
Kids. Like and you look at their joy and you just wish you had all the money in the whole world to buy
Yes.
them anything you want. But it's also at that age that they begin to learn that they can't have
everything they want.
Yes. But thank
It's
you
all
so
about
much
balance.
for joining me again.
You're
to round
welcome.
up the
Thank you so
second.
much.
Thank you so much for coming.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And we hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And don't forget to download and follow us if you're watching on any of your streaming platform or listening on any of your streaming platform. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Naija Girl on all social platforms. And she is.
And you can check us up on Instagram at Common Chow. Or also click on the link on our bio to chat with us to place your order.
See you guys at the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.